Sorry about the delay, I was turning my microphone on. I thought it would probably be something that would be, you know, the kind of thing you'd appreciate. Good evening, everybody. We're here on... I was hoping for some nice camera views, but I appear to be eating trees quite heavily. Let's get back in control here. Yeah, so there we go. We're on a Class 101 here on the West Somerset Railway because apparently it's jolly popular at the moment, and I'm a fan of the 101, as you know. So there we go. How's the volume difference? Me and the game, are we about even? About right, one would say. It's worth checking because you never know. I can make tweaks if the need is there. Anyway, I'm probably going to... Yeah, I am kind of a bit fast. I just left it cruising to set you up something nice to start off with. You can't have it all. Let's slow it down ever so slightly. There you go. Lap that back into some kind of shape, would you? There you try that on for size. A little bit more. A little bit more. There you go. That's got it. Right. Okay, there we are. Thank you. Right, release it back off again, and we'll be good. So we're going to go. Well, it's only a 25 miles per hour speed limit. It's perilous. This one. It does not suit me at all. But Mike, in his infinite wisdom, goes, "Oh, you should do West Somerset Railway because they've been talking about how nice it is now that it's packed out with more services." So I thought, well, any excuse to drive one of my rather favoured blue numbers. So that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah, there we are. Does the 101 from NTP with this, or do you need Tees Valley? Someone in the chat will know better than me. I can't remember. And part of the problem is that, obviously, because I work for the company, you would hope that I'd know this stuff. But I get given everything straight away, and I don't, as it turns out, know. No, I only sort of vaguely know, I'm afraid. Thanks, see you later. That's good information. See you later says no, it's the Tees Valley version. There you are. We'll take that as gospel. See you later is a trustworthy source. More trustworthy than I would be if I were to be making that projection. Name every route in TSW2. You know, I probably could, but it might take me, I don't know, it might take me the last couple of minutes to lock them all down, but there we go. Any news on the fixes, says Liam. Yeah, we've done them. The fixes are out. In terms of the next batch of fixes, firstly, we don't know what they are yet. We're still at the gathering feedback stage. We've got a lot of stuff that we've gathered feedback on, but there's more to come. Our main objective in the first instance was making sure that everybody could use everything they have. And we've still got a couple of outstanding locos mainly that need sorting on PlayStation, and they'll be along when they're along. It's still being looked at. But as you can see, with the fix has been identified now. It's just a case of making sure that works across the board. Yeah, there we are. Right, good. So I'm going to bring us into Stowgumber, twinned with Cucumber, and then we'll choose something else. And there we go. And the Xbox fix for blurry cab textures. We've seen it. It's both blurry, flickering, all the cab textures being a little bit wrong. It's been reported, it's been noted, and someone will be looking at it. But I can't give you any kind of a time frame on that. Let's not press the Windows button. That's not helpful in these situations. I ought to possibly be having to think about, maybe slowing down a little bit. Nah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Well done getting things sorted. We're pleased we got things sorted, but they shouldn't have been busted in the first place. So we're glad to have been able to restore everything for you. But it's the kind of thing that shouldn't happen in the first place. So we're glad we could fix that in a reasonably timely fashion. And the only reason it took as long as it did is because it was a real stumper. not so much what had happened. What happened we identified really quite quickly. But how the heck do you fix that? Because there's no way, this is why we were working with Sony on it, is there's no way for Sony to directly affect your library, your database, I should say, the database of what you own, in terms of DLC. There's no way to actually adjust it. So resetting it back to as it should be, total nightmare, a complete mission, which is why it took 4 or 5 different attempts to find something that worked. But hey, we got there, and that's the bit that matters. Now you might say you've overshot here, but I say that stop marker is in the wrong place. So I'm right. There we are. Yeah, I am. Good. Right, that's the passengers loading. We'll go for a quick stroll down the down the station, and then we'll choose something else. And that's very much going to be the theme of the day. I'll drive a bit of everything. Well, maybe not everything, but I'll drive several, and we'll go from there. Dallas, no, it's not scenario planner. This is the only thing that might be a bit scenario plan-esque about it is I have all the DLC, and therefore I've got everything that could conceivably work with this particular route. So it might look like there's a lot going on. No, you can't say, excuse me while I pull it, Natalie. Look, there's the end of the platform. There's the end of the platform. I've stopped bang in the middle of the platform, as one should. I've been conveniencing my passengers in the right way. We'll do a departure from here, and then I'll switch things up. Yeah. How much of a pain was that to figure out? No, it's hellish. It's the worst thing imaginable, because when something like that happens on a day that should be a moment of celebration for the company, because we've finally got this thing out and it should be great and everything else, that something goes wrong with that. The developers are frustrated, they're annoyed because they can't do anything about it. This was a pure mix-up in packages, and we still don't know exactly whether it was at our end or elsewhere, but it doesn't really matter. It's fixed now. But we managed to get it right 6 times out of 7, and therefore we just kind of go incredibly frustrated. Why has Cathcart Circle been renamed to Scottish City Commuter? I've answered this before. Because it sells better. No, that's it. I mean, the thing you have to remember is that not everybody who plays Train Sim World is a rail fan. The number of people, from the last survey, this is actually, the number of people who consider themselves rail fans is only about 75%. The others kind of go, no, actually, I just enjoy the experience. And therefore, describing it in a way that allows people who maybe don't have knowledge of particular routes or why they might be interesting with something a little bit more evocative tends to do a little bit better. Yeah, I know, it's strange but true. But we've got enough evidence historically to prove that that's the case. Is the survey still open? No. No. You keep the survey open for a limited period of time, because your survey, the results you get from it, is always going to be influenced by anything that happens during the period that it's open. So had the survey still been open when the PlayStation problems were at their worst, where we didn't know what was happening, where we had no clue as to a time frame or anything like that, then I'd have got a bunch of data that would be very misleading. Now, I filter for stuff like that. I pay attention to real world events impinging on what should be clean data. But even so, there's no way of being 100% certain you've got useful data out of it. Have I got any live tips for you? No, this is not a live tip stream. No. Right then. There we go. Did you get the support ticket I raised about the horns on West Somerset Railway Arosa line? That's a bit of a connection you've got going on there. No, because I don't read support tickets, because I don't work in support. I'm sure the support team got it, but not me, because I don't work in that. Data is clean. Yes, clean data has not been muddied. Muddied data is that which has been interfered with, or rather influenced by something that may be happening elsewhere. Even if you were to just give, let's put it this way, even if you were to just give the game a score out of 10, if everything's going great, people will give it the score based on everything's going great. If things are going poorly, people will give it a score based on things are going poorly. And therefore, that muddies the result that you end up getting because things are working in an atypical fashion. Right, out we go. Oh yeah, I can't I haven't used the new menu yet much. Right, back to the main menu. In fact, actually, I don't want a main menu. I don't want to restart. Well, I guess I do want a main menu then. Yeah, no, give me that. The game is a 10. Thanks, Tim. We'll take a couple of thousand more just like you. Right, okay, so we're going on Explore. Now, Adam recommended any of the BL or MD services as the ones that are particularly choice when it comes to seeing other traffic. So we've just done a little bit of the 101. What are people in the market for? You know what? We're going to do the 33 because, you know, we can't go blue all the time. We'll do a bit of the 33 and see if we can get a service that floats our boat a little. We'll keep it summertime because, you know, I think that's only fair. There we are. Right. Okay. Here we go. Couldn't get Superman to work on the free cam using a controller. Obviously, I know what you mean. Okay, look, I'm not au fait with the controller. We are gathering all of your feedback. So, hold on, which one did he say to avoid? Because there was a bit of a... There was a kink that he said was not quite so good. The 1015 Bishop to Minehead. All right, okay, well, we'll steer clear of that then. We'll do this MD3. We'll go from Minehead to Bishop's Lyddard and see how we get. Yeah. You're hopefully going on a 33 this weekend, Bradley. That sounds brilliant. We've had a request there. We've got the 53, the 52, the 31. All right, well, look, I'm going to go a couple of stops up the line and then we'll switch it up again. Right. Does any of this... Oh, hello. In fact, that's my twin sister. In fact, I'm virtually certain of it. Let's have a look. Yep, here we both are. Same expression. Oh, synchronised heads. I do like a synchronised head. Very nice. Okay, ladies, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Now, I've got to figure out how to... You know what, I'll open the doors while I'm figuring stuff out. I mean, let's get the important stuff done. Excuse me. I've got incredibly long arms. Right, now... No, I haven't driven this in yonks, so I've no idea. You've also got full controls by the looks of it. Intriguing. Control key? Yeah, okay. Engine start. Well, I can hear it, so the engine is start. Headlight switch on? Yep. Marker lights? No, unless you've got whites. Yeah, okay. Right, good. We don't have a display board on this one. What else you got for me? Cab heater, totally. It might be August, but it's not that warm. Why is she slouching? She's just not in the mood. So she can't be bothered with it today. Yeah, no, give me all the cab heaters you can throw at me. And you know what else? I always turn... Oh, no, there is a destination blind. Where is it? Maybe it's a non-interactive one. Hold on, we'll have a look. Ha! Well, it's not there. I think it might be. I think it might be here. Well, whatever it is, it isn't. Okay, fine. We'll just press on. Can I... Up the steps, please. Thank you. Close the door. Smashing. What do you got for me here? Brake timing selector. Okay, yeah. Brake system, system. Normal, I think, is probably the way to go. Battery isolation switch. This is all fine. Right, let's get back in my chair. I reckon I might be about there. What have I missed? I don't think I've missed anything. Okay. Alright, just familiarise myself with the things. And then... solid, and then I'll use the keyboard. It's a box in the cab. This box in this cab. Oh no, I don't think we need that. Yeah. No. Well, regardless, it's not playing ball. So we'll trot on rather than just sitting here with me aimlessly flapping around the cab. Right. Give me forwards. Yeah. And then the brakes. Train brakes are neutral or shut down. Right. Okay. Yeah. Train brake 2 running. Have we got some loco brake is off? So let's give it a little tickle of this. No, we're not. We've got a no-go situation. I imagine the brakes are still releasing, since they are a little on the old side. Is there any DLC that you recommend in particular? It depends entirely on what you like. So, I mean, what region do you like? I mean, I can give you... for Germany, I would say if you've not got Munich, Munich is probably the most favoured route, the most favoured German route. Are we rolling? We are getting some movement. All right, well, let's go real gentle, and we'll sit out the end of the platform, like people do. There we go. We'll just sit here. In fact, we'll get closer like this. There you go. And I'll do a spot question answering. Germany. Yeah, Germany, Munich, I would say is probably the way to go. If you're in the UK, a lot of people quite like East Coast way, but it depends on what era you like. If you do like this kind of era of trains, Northern Transpennines pretty good, Tees Valley's pretty good as well. But it's you pick. I suggest you pick the one that has the trains that you like better. East Coast Way, I would say, is probably the most popular non-historic UK route. But again, it depends entirely on your personal taste. In the US, the Long Island Railroad is pretty good, especially now it's been interfered with, let's say, by the preservation crew. They've improved it ever so slightly. Okay. Do I recommend the diesel freight pack? I did. If you've got the other routes already, yes. Yeah, I do recommend diesel freight pack, just purely because it gives you more diesels. If you've already got the routes, they do layer on in a few places, and therefore they're well worth having the freight pack if you've got the routes already. Yeah. Does Great Western Express have working passenger information screens? I don't think so. Not yet. Adam hasn't looked at that one yet. There's still more that needs to be done. But I think, as evidenced in the update last week, what has been achieved so far is pretty good. Bringing things up to date. So this is actually one of the oldest routes that we've got, and the changes that have been made to it, even though it is still kind of a heritage track, and therefore you're going to be speed limited throughout, it just makes it that much more lively by having more services present, and then working crossing gates and the other improvements that have been made just helps. Passenger information screens for the Great Western are in place but not working. Says Russell. Gareth says he's really enjoying the Boston Sprinter. Boston Sprinter's a good one. Yeah, absolutely. What I've played of it so far, I think I've run 2 different timetable services on there so far. Enjoyed both of them. What are my thoughts on Shimla Mountain Railway in India? I have no thoughts about the Shimla Mountain Railway in India, because I am completely unfamiliar with the Shimla Mountain Railway in India. I'm one of those people that would say that would not classify myself as a rail fan, but I do quite like trains. So my depth of expertise is very, very shallow, but I can appreciate a train. This route's still not working for my PS4. Try again, I reckon, Raphael, because this is not one on the... It isn't... or was it? No, actually, I think I might have seen a couple of reports on it. If it's still not working, it will be one that we are actively investigating, because there's a couple of bits left that that still need a little bit of attention. Well, that still need restoring. Yeah. There we go. Are you looking forward to Dresden? In the same sense that I look forward to every route. There's very few routes that I actively look forward to as a player only, and that will be because they're routes I'm very familiar with. So London to Norwich, for example, that would suit me down to the ground. You could do almost any part of London to Norwich, and I'd be quite keen on it. No, I don't want emergency. That's a little bit extreme. Or Liverpool Manchester, or Liverpool Crewe, Rugby up via Stafford, that kind of area. I know all these routes reasonably well because I've ridden them a lot. Waterloo down to Guildford, that's not bad, and beyond. So the Portsmouth line, yeah, that would be of interest. But that gives me a unique position in that I can just take a. Oh, I've got a bit of slip there. There you go. I can just take a view on each route that comes up based on how much fun is it. You know, I'm not someone that looks for epic levels of authenticity. I mean, and I know that's critical to an awful lot of people. But for me, I can boil it down to: is it quite pretty, and am I having fun while using it? Because that will do as far as I'm concerned. I'm not the most discerning player, as evidenced by this perfect piece of stopping I just did. But I tell you something, I like this train a lot. In fact, when I was a kid, I had Hornby, and I'm fairly certain I had one of these. Fairly certain, and it was an absolute rocket as well, if I recall. But there we go. Liverpool to Crewe's got my interest. Of course it has. It's got everything. I mean, you could go from Crewe to just about anywhere. You know, that would be a fabo route, but who's to know where a great route might come out of? Where the most fun is to be had. I really enjoyed Munich. I thought Munich was fabulously entertaining to play, properly challenging, and delightfully busy. That said, I also like Peninsula Corridor, just because of the size of the trains that are running out there. I can't quite get behind operating the train from the cab car. Makes me feel like I've got a lesser experience somehow. That I know it's authentic. No, put me in the locomotive every time given the choice. But there we are. Yeah. Train Bear says you need a laugh tonight. Oh no. These streams are deadly serious. They put me on these streams because I can't always be trusted to be 100% serious. So yeah, if you want, I mean, I'll quite happily tackle serious topics, but at the same time, this is a light and fluffy stream. All right, so you're all to stay light and fluffy, or else. Next level crossing at next stop Blue Anchor is worth the screenshot. You got it. All right. Well, I'm planning to do a couple of stops per train, so we'll give that a go. I'm being gentle because I don't trust the brakes. or no, that's unfair. I'm not familiar enough with the brakes to trust myself with the brakes. There you go. I reckon that's probably close enough. Well, yeah. Go on, ease them on. That's about as good a stop as you're going to get. Perfect. Right, let's get these doors open. And I'm going to go for a wander. Right. Excuse me. We've got a bit... Oh, we're overdue. Oh, I hadn't expected that. Never mind. It's all good. I've done this route tonight. You have to say the new features that have been added are excellent, but you're missing a green delivery, or do you just mean livery, 47? Don't know. Hello, everybody. I'm leaving. No, I've decided that I do not wish to ride the entire route on this heritage line. I've had enough. I'm going home. You're going to go, oh, okay, fair enough. It's not really much of a commuter service, has to be said. and collection. Nice. We'll have a wander through the carriage on the way back as well, actually, because it looked like it was quite good stuff. We're already late. No one's going to mind. Hold on, is that a Pedalston in the area? I didn't see him. Is he sassing me again? It wouldn't be the first time. He only does that when I can't answer back. There you go. Oh, I've ridden in a few of these. Yeah, they're nice. I like them. Right, okay, good. Anyway, let's get the train on the go. But then again, I would have ridden in those when I was somewhat smaller and therefore may have fit quite nicely. But being larger these days, I'm less inclined towards the... Not emergency, wrong way. Yeah. Good. I'm being judged by Wild Matt. Did he see my stop? I mean, admittedly, it was very, very gentle, but at the same thing, let's close them up here. But at the same time, it was absolutely on the money. A festively plump passenger. There's nothing festive about it, regrettably. Frivolous, perhaps. Alright, come on. Yeah, I know the brakes haven't fully let off yet. We'll be alright. Come on. Let's roll. No wheel slip. Come on, just go. Although, yeah, I do like a train that you have to tickle it along to get it going. It makes you feel like you've accomplished something once you're rolling. You know what we need here? What's that? We need to sit about here. Do a bit of that. Jackie, if you haven't seen it already, we've released a fix that will solve, if not one, many of your missing pieces of PS4 add-ons. We put a fix out earlier today. Earlier today? No, yesterday, surely. I can't remember. The days all blur into one, really, when you've got a lot of nonsense going on. But the fix is out there now, and if you may still be missing one or two bits, but other than that, you should be more or less back in business. It was last night. Thank you. Not even 24 hours ago. Yeah, quite a lot happening. Good. There are two preview streams planned for Riesa Dresden, and at the moment it looks like one will be next week and one will be the week after. But we might move things around a bit because we've got a lot of things that are moving around ever so slightly in the background, none of which is Riesa. But Tuesday you're definitely getting a Riesa Dresden preview. Yeah, you can find the details, Jackie. You can find them on trainsimworld.com in the news. You can find them on the Dovetail forums. You can find them on all of our social media type places. We've tried to spread the news as far and wide as possible. It should also be in the PlayStation news in the console itself. Riesa is a very Dresden. Yes, very good. Both are on the timetable for next week. Well, if JD put them on the timetable for next week, then I guess they're both happening next week. That's okay. I was in that meeting. It's all good. That's all right. No real surprises. Afternoon bathroom door fan. How's the drive today? I'm not a bathroom door fan. In fact, it is the opening of the door that is the important part. I like it when my friends, the development team, make it so that I can fiddle with stuff even if it does nothing. If there is a switch or a flap or a dongle or a what have you, I want to be able to muck around with it because, and I suspect that the big old immersion fans out there would do too, because it allows you to go through correct procedures even if it doesn't do anything. So you can press all the right buttons even if you know that actually you don't have to do it to drive it in this setup. This is a very attractive train. I like it a great deal. Would I go as far as to say it's my favourite? This is my favourite train that I'm driving right now. There you go. Button gepoken is always fun. Yes, it is, and we're speeding again. Oh, I like this train even more because it's eager. Right, what do we got? We've got a 15 coming up in 1,000 yards or so. So we'll do our best to try and ease it down for that. There you go. Apparently we're sliding a bit. No, surely not. No, you've got brake deployment is sufficient to prevent you any progress. You reckon? Yeah. We're probably good. Probably good. Definitely good and early. Well, that's something, I suppose. Right. Okay. Yeah. Just a little bit. Just keep us moving forwards. There we are. Right. Are there any safety buttons on this route like AWS? I think AWS is available. I'm seeing the plates on the line anyway. But that comes down to just enabling it. You're looking forward to Professor Matt's US signalling tutorial. I think everybody is, largely because they all know that Professor Matt's tutorials are 2 hours of PowerPoint, and you will be tested afterwards. There isn't tons of it, says Matt. So it's only an hour and a half of PowerPoint for you this time around. Plus, of course, the pop quiz at the end. What's the shortest route in TSW2? Probably Isle of Wight. Probably Isle of Wight? I don't know. This one's not long. This is not a long route at all, but it's speed limited because it's a heritage line. So it might not be a long route, but the journey feels somewhat worthwhile as you're making it. Sea's pretty calm today, but at least there's no tourists. So that's something. We have to take the rough with the smooth. Professor Sam teaches Colonel Cam when? Unlikely to happen. Do you know when the last time was that I actually delivered on a proper good Colonel Cam? Because I don't. I haven't done a good one in ages. Right. On which note, I'm gonna. Well, no. I'm gonna set up right here. Well, my friend's having a little whistle. Go on, keep going. We're not stopping yet. Now we do have a red signal ahead of us. I have noticed it. There we go. I don't get what you have to do. Got the game on Epic when it was free, and I'm clueless. In that case, Gampler, I shall cover that at the next kickoff. So when we start the next train, then I'll do you what are you supposed to do here? We'll do something legitimately. Because it's not a game in the traditional sense. It is far closer to being a simulator than it is a game, no matter what other people may say. It's got much more in common with a proper simulator than it does with a game. Because by and large in a game, there is a reward for completing the task that you have. Whereas in a simulator, the task itself is the reward. That's the reason you're doing it, is to do the task. Alright, okay, yeah, no, that's enough of that. This might be quite a dicey stop, but we'll see how we get on nonetheless. Yeah, you can tell I've got no confidence in my ability to brake. I'm doing 4.5 miles an hour and I'm going, don't know if we'll stop in time. I don't need that. Well, I do. I'd quite like the speed though. Is it still moving? Yes. Then you have speed. Oh. Here we go. It's going to be good. As long as these brakes deploy in a sensible amount of time, we'll be fine. this is not I might even just roll to a stop. I might not need brakes. She's eyeballing me. Yep, there we go. No brakes required. Rolls to a stop and then rolls backwards. Okay, no. Wait. I've got you. I've got it. I've got emergency, I think, a bit overkilled there. Oops. What's the other train? Yep, you got it. Just missed it, sorry. Let's get the doors open, which are on. Oh, let's just open all the doors. Have you seen what Adam's teams? Ah, good. No, I get you. As I've done with crossing gates. Yes, it's good, isn't it? It is jolly good. Lovely bit of crossing gate action. The only thing I thought about these crossing gates is a bit more pronounced asynchronous opening, and a slightly slower swing would have been nice. But other than that, yeah, I mean, you can't knock it. I mean, if you're just going to be picky, then by all means. But there you go. Hello? Are we having trouble? Okay. No, I'll leave you to it. You continue in your other dimension. Right. Good. Are trams a possibility in this game? Yes, they are a possibility, but no, we have no plans to make that happen. Right, we're going to switch it up again, which means I'm getting absolutely no medals, but that's okay. She's feeling really down. Very good. Going for a swim in the pavement. She started walking before the station was built. These are all totally... No, I don't want to restart. I want menu. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen... Since the update, I haven't seen anyone go to the Rapture. So, there we go. Right. Who are we talking to? Who is our enthusiastic but I don't know exactly what's going on friend? Gampler. Right, Gampler, you got this free on Epic. And you don't know what you're supposed to do. So, in fact, I'm going to back up one step further. So you will have... I'm not going to play one of these routes because I'm featuring a specific route this evening. You'll have a couple of routes in here. And think of each route as being a game in itself. That's why they're... You know, you might go, that's a bit pricey. You kind of go, well, it's a game in itself. It's there to keep you occupied for a good length of time. So the one we're dealing with today is the West Somerset Railway. Now, because I've got a bunch of other packs that have trains that fit this line, I've got a massive selection of trains to go for. So we have a choice of that's tools. Well, okay, no, that's gone too far. I'm good at this. Let's go to explore. And it's in explore now. So you have training, which will teach you how to work the trains. I figured you'd made it that far. Scenarios are atypical in terms of the action that happens in them. So it will be almost like a standard route, but something is unusual about that route. So it's not a standard one. But the one where a lot of people spend a lot of time is in the timetable. So these are services that run from one end to the other end of the track, or they take a different branch, or they take different paths. All kinds of different opportunities are there for us, and as such, perfecting your ability to use the train. So I mean, because I've got all of the packs in the game, because I work on it, I've got everything conceivable that will run on here. What route do we want? Someone wanted a 50, 52, 53, 52. Let's take out the 52. All right, we'll take this chap out. We'll dab the clouds up a little bit. There we go, and continue. Right, so then you pick which service you want, and what you've got here is what time of day does that service lead, followed by how long is that service expected to take. I mean, that's how long the service is expected to take if you drive it well. that's not necessarily my raison d'etre, but it's not what I'm known for. Driving it well is not my not what I'm all about. Yeah. Why have all my bought routes gone in the newest version on PS4? We fixed that now, OGYT. If you check the news, there will be instructions as how to restore your routes. As stated, it was a deployment issue. So I just got the London Underground map so far and clueless on how to start the train, move it, brakes, etc. Do the tutorials. They'll give you the basics to get started. They'll give you everything you need to get that train underway. And that then becomes your challenge. Is getting going is your first challenge. You've done the wrong doors there, Chief. All right, I'll do the right doors and then I'll close the wrong doors. I'll just kind of stretch it. Sort of. Yeah. Another day, another loco. Right, what have you got for me here? But that's your first mission, is actually learn how to drive it. Control key. That's what I bet you haven't got in. The control key is on the left-hand side of the driver's chair, right behind you. If you turn around and look at it, you have to plunk the thing in and wiggle it to get the train powered in the first place. That's what I would have thought. Engine isolated. Well, yeah, you're good. All right, you're good. Oh, hello. Are you going to contribute anything at all, or are you just going to sit there looking mysterious and vaguely disapproving? Right, yeah, we're going. Yeah, reverser. Well, you're going to need the key. Oh no, it's Sam Place Hunt the key. Okay, all right, fine. I got it. I thought it might have been one of those that are hiding behind one of the various levers. This is back in an era of British Rail where nobody could decide on a consistent place to put anything at all. So they all just made it up. Right. Lights. Lighting panel up here? Nope. Lighting panel down here? I see you. Instrument lights on? Yeah. Train classification, we'll have that. Headlight? Yeah, we'll have that. Any more for any more? Marker lights? Yeah, we'll have that too. Although I'd like whites rather than red. I'm going to assume that that's white. If it's red, I'll turn it back off again. Right, so a quick look. Yeah, that's good enough. In fact, you've got one of each. Is that what people like? I don't know. Right, okay, so once you've got your train set up and good to go, then it's a question of driving it. Now, the goal is play it however you want to have fun. And that's entirely up to you. You ask a dozen different people how best to enjoy the game, they'll tell you a dozen different ways of enjoying it. But it's all about getting from A to B, and how you choose to do that is entirely up to you. I like to follow the rules. Weirdly, I never used to. Hold on, I need to put the reverser on. There you go, reverser forwards. There we go. I actually quite like following the rules, but I like being abusive towards the trains. I like driving them as quickly as I can within the speed limit, and then slowing and then hitting the brake at the last possible minute. I don't care one fig for how much the passengers are comfortable on the journey. It's all about the go. Bruce likes Forza Horizon. Well, that's not unreasonable. There's nothing wrong with Forza. No, that's perfectly lovely game. Doesn't have many trains though, does it? I think that's its shortcut. See, I think if it had a few more trains, maybe it would be a little bit more popular. It's all about the timing. Never a truer word said. So when you're driving the train to start with, your first goal is going to be just try and understand how fast it accelerates and how fast it slows down. Now that tube train you're trying to run on the Bakerloo line, that's a little rocket because it's lightweight and electric, and therefore it stops quick and it goes quick. and that makes it tremendously good fun to drive. So your challenge becomes how well you can stick to the timetable that you've been given, stopping perfectly, getting going perfectly, loading and unloading passengers, and the challenge becomes one of, can you do better the next time? And then once you get good at it, can you do it without the instrumentation and drive it purely from what the cab is telling you? Therein lies the challenge. Forza Horizon 4 has a Steam logo. Does it include the track to drive it on? Or is it just there as some kind of scenery? Those cheeky car driving developers and their cheekiness. Oh yeah, I'm no longer blind. Yeah, that's helped. Right. Will it be possible in future to transfer DLCs that I bought on PS4 to PC? Very, very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. In fact, I'd go as far as to say no, it's never going to happen. There are technological possibilities going on there in terms of we tie your DLC ownership to an account and that kind of thing. But the way it is at the moment, no, that's not something we can do. And the reason is that in order to host DLC on a platform, and that could be Steam, it could be PlayStation, there is a charge that is made for someone downloading that DLC. Now, if they bought it off the platform, there's no problem. Is that a dune buggy or is that that's a tractor? All right. Yeah, there is a charge that is levied on you for allowing people to download stuff. Now, if you sell through the shop that is associated with that platform, then no problem. But transferring it over, Sony would not be thrilled. Let's put it that way. They would probably go, don't think so. And I mean, Steam are quite forgiving, all things told. But even they would be, come on now. No, let's maybe not. So even if we wanted to, and there's never been any desire I've heard inside the building expressed to make cross compatibility, very unlikely to happen. Train noise is loud. It's a train gap. It's going to be very loud. It is going to be very loud. I'll not go outside quite so much on this one. Were the additional coaches for the HST on purpose? Which additional coaches are we talking about? I'm probably going a bit fast, which is possibly becoming my catchphrase of the day. There you go. When will the add-ons come to PC on the Microsoft Store? I don't know. Someone earlier asked about the Epic Store and is the Preserved Collection coming that way? As far as I'm aware, yes, it's still coming. I've not been told anything to the contrary, so I guess it's just a matter of time of when that's prepared to go out. I'll poke around a few places and see if I can't get some kind of guesstimate as to when that's going to be. It's loud even while inside. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. There you go. I've moved the microphone a dab closer. That's professional, that is. Oh yeah. Oh, that's how we go. Yeah, most definitely. Do I have a favourite train? Right now, it's this one. A couple of minutes ago, it's a Class 33. Actually, I think Class 33 wins at the moment because it fought me a little bit, and therefore I want to get to know it better. Yes. All DLC not working, error code, Train Sim World 2 on PS4, coming new update. Mike, check the news, we fixed it. All but about 3 or 4 bits of DLC will now work, but there are specific instructions you have to follow to get it to work. Go check either trainsimworld.com, the Train Sim World news within the PlayStation, the forums, it's in multiple different places. If you go looking, you'll find it, but it's been fixed. Shut down one of the engines on this one and it gets a little bit more fighty. You can shut down one of the engines? These look like potential buttons for that. Engine A stop, engine B. Alright, I've killed off number 2. I figured that would make it a bit more quiet. Thanks, Matt. Good one. No, that's solidly good. Brett, why can't I download all of my trains from the PlayStation Store, please? Question. Brett, we fixed that. If you go and check the news or visit trainsimworld.com or the forums or any of our social media from the last couple of days, we've posted up the fix. There is some work to do on your side of things, but it is fixed. There's like three or four maybe bits that aren't quite working yet, and we're still working on that. Yeah. Are there videos on YouTube as well to see how you do it on PS4? You know, that very thought occurred to me this afternoon, and not that I'm aware of right now. If you were to record one doing it and post it, people would be eminently grateful. I did a ticker about the fixes. It's going to be a popular topic. It's going to be a very popular topic because it's a big deal. Yeah. World Transport suggests console players would get 6 coaches on the HST as default, but after Rush Hour I'm on PS5, and now I get to choose if I want a 7-coach HST or an 8-coach HST. Well, that sounds good, doesn't it? I've no more detail for you than that. You gave me all the detail, in fact. Right. Okay. Yeah. I would wish you luck, but your message scrolled off the screen before I got to it. I apologise. Matt says that's because the PlayStation 5 is running the full PC timetable rather than the slightly cut down version that we use on the older consoles, simply because you do any more than that and the performance on those consoles is going to slow right down. Any data when PS5 players using the disc version will be able to upgrade to the PS5 version of the game? No. But let me flag that one up on Tuesday once we're all back here. It's Bank Holiday weekend. That's a good one to flag up. There's a couple of disc-based issues to look at, and bonus edition, special edition versions as well that need handling. That's a lot of DLC to convert from TS to TSW. Oh no, TS to TSW, that's not going to happen. No, entirely different generations. Totally different beasts, the pair of them. When will TSW be connected to the rail driver controller? It is in part already. I don't know the full list off the top of my head, but there's a good half dozen routes that now use rail driver. Yeah. Wasn't bank holiday in spring? No, we get, what, 6, I think, bank holidays a year? This is the last Monday bank holiday of the year. Yeah. Yeah, Adam, yes I am. I'm driving on one engine. I'm on one screw at the moment. We shut off the B engine to make the train a little bit more fighty. There we go. West Somerset, has it been upgraded? Yes, it has. It has been upgraded. Not with the passengers, but it has been upgraded with all of the fixes that Adam and the Preserve team preservation team. We can do better than that. Alright, park up here, turn off the lozenges, and let's have a look. Which bank are we honouring? I don't. All of them. My gosh, do we ever love banks? Although, frankly, if there is a day of paid holiday involved in it, we'll thank whatever you like. Brad says it's the most boring route ever. It's not quick, and it's not that changeable, Brad, but the changes to it are quite nice in the sense of just getting a little playground for your older trains. But it's horses for courses. If you're not a fan, you're not a fan. I'm not going to change your mind. Right, we're rolling. Will Rush Hour have southern services to Eastbourne and Seaford? Don't know. Not telling you. Don't know. Actually, I'll just stick with don't know because I don't. Yeah. Right. Will you add a zoom feature in on PS4 when on the outside camera? I thought that had been reintroduced. I was pretty sure that Amar Khan says this is the worst route the team ever came up with. Well, again, I'm not going to change your mind. Your view is your own. I couldn't possibly comment, except to say I don't think it's the worst route. But that's okay, and I'm not going to tell you what I do think is the worst route. I don't mind it. I agree. I don't think that the word boring is wrong, because it's not the most exciting route, but it depends what you find excitement in. I do like that I get to use BR Blues on, because I like them, because they were around when I grew up. But is this the one that I choose to drive for fun? No, probably not. In fact, I'd probably choose Munich to drive for fun, so that I could get more practice in with PZB and eventually not be utterly intimidated by it. Has Xbox One been upgraded? All the updates have been deployed, but there will be more to come, because obviously at the moment we're gathering your feedback based on your experiences with the new game update, and once we've got that, we'll then take a call on what to address. Now, we know already that the Xbox One has got some texture flickering kind of issues going on, and that's very likely to be dealt with. But we've, that's not all we look for. You are about to spat a lot. We'll put flaming brakes on then. Never mind. I might have made it had it not been for the brakes having a stop point. They had a stop marker in there that I couldn't. That's allowed. That is. Ho hum! It happens to the best of us. Right. Okay. Next. Yeah, give me another one. Give me one more. We'll do one more. Your requests, please. I'm only fishing for excuses. Of course I'm fishing for excuses. Go for 101. I started with a 101. I don't need to do a 101. This will be number 4 for the day. Crazy Killer says do the 08. Yeah. Mog, you'll be happy. Or the 09. Yeah. Yes. Yes, the Gronk fans are out. See, there you go. No, you see, TSW2 YouTube channel, the 20, the Chopper. That would have been my first choice, but I think the Gronks possibly have it. Matt says do the 40. Actually, we've got a few people saying the 40. We've got a few for the 37. I'm gonna go with the 40. Not because I don't love the Gronk, because I do. Show me the right picture then. But because it is not the most difficult thing in the world to drive. I like something with a little bit more action. But just, and you can't change my mind, because nobody can be wrong when it's their own personal opinion. Right. Okay. I mean, the opinion can be wrong if it's presented as fact, but it's still just an opinion. Right, let's do a little bit later in the day. We'll try. What do you think? Let's go from Minehead this time round and see where it gets us. Do I use mods? No, never. On Train Sim World, no, never use mods. For one simple reason, is I show the game off on a regular basis, and therefore what I experience should be the same as what the players experience. Now, admittedly, I'm running on quite a high-end PC, but at the same time, I am just running on PC. I don't run any mods at all. What you see here is what you would get in the game if you were running my PC spec, which you're possibly not. Right. Okay, now, as ever, part of me says I've never driven this, No, surely I have. Surely I've been in everything at least once. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I have. Well, okay. Well, come on. Turn the heaters on. The nose light, it doesn't want to play. that's a disappointment. Right, throttle's off. Oh, we're playing Hunt the Key. Okay. Alright, what you got there? Horn. Solid. Windows, please. Thank you. Oh, I saw some light board type action there. There you go. Cab light, no. Tail light, no. Tail light, no. Instrument light, yes. Head code light, yes. Right. Okay. Right, hunt the key. Hunt the key. Some of you are trying to tell me where the key... There you go, it's hidden over here. Damn, those people who hide it over there. There's something wrong with them. Yeah. Can't get out of the number one end. It's occupied. Right, okay. And forwards. Alright, sit in, have a look. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Shouldn't you get XP for the heaters? I think you should. I think you should get XP for everything, personally. If only to make the amount of XP you can earn a little bit more varied from run to run. Go on, give us some of that and see what happens. Maybe nothing. I don't know. Right, let's. There's a good amount of noises coming out of here. This is very nice. Right, let's give it a dab of that. Yeah, we're rolling. Okay, I have done this line before. Yeah. No. Sorry, pressing the wrong. When I press 9, I should be able to press any other camera button to get out a 9, Matt. You know? I shouldn't have to press 9 again. Right, we're gonna camp out at the same place again. Are we? Yeah, I reckon we are. And then I'm gonna thump it so we get some good grunt as we go past. Possibly going a little fast, but it was worth it. They may take my money, my license away from me afterwards, but I'm cool with that because that was worth it. You should do that with the brake application, so you need more power. Yeah. You know what? Actually, that's a daft idea, but I like it. Okay, good. That's not a very eco-friendly logo. No, but it sounds the part though, doesn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, it really does. Right, I'm burning through a brake cylinder at the same... Hold on, there we go. Burning through a brake cylinder at the same time as we're rolling now. Everybody's eyeballing me as we go past in my drone. You know how I said I hadn't done a good kernel cam in a while? There we go. Although we are getting a little bit closer, which is rather spoiling it, but it's not going to happen before we pass the loco, so that's all good. It's quite possibly going to be too loud for you to hear what I say on the microphone. Who cares? Nice. Yep, that was good. Yeah, there we are. Can I do Bakerloo line? I think I'm down to do Bakerloo line in a couple of weeks. Actually, I don't know why. But no, not today. Not today. We're only on the only on West Somerset today. Oh, hold on, we've got a stop coming up. All right, brakes off. That's upset it. It should be thrilled. It's not. It's not thrilled. All right. Throttle off. Yeah. Throttle on. There you go. I foxed it a little bit by applying too much brake. Don't put it in reverse like I did in Boston. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was quite a mysterious bit of mistakery, that one. I do like making a mysterious mistake, but at the same time, once in a while, it's nice to not make one. That was a good view. You didn't need to move the camera. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to see if there's anybody else waiting up here. Not currently, no. Okay. Well, then we'll wait here. We'll pretend we've got 15 different cameras and I'm going to take 2,500 photos in the space of about 15 seconds. I know people who do that, and it's incredibly impressive. But at the same time, that's a lot of photos. Yeah, but you don't want to miss out on the really good photo. Schlau Marvi, I'm on mouse and keyboard. If we send them out on reference trips, says Matt. Yeah. Here we go. Now they're holding the camera button down and just going grabbing the whole thing as it goes past. Can't say I blame them. Right, brakes. Actually brakes. Not emergency. This one needs to stop before the emergency. I've stopped early, but everyone will forgive me. Yeah, are we letting people off? Sure. Jump. In fact, I'm not even certain this platform's long enough for this train. Oh yeah, no, it would be if I'd stopped anywhere like the right place. Ah, it's close enough. Good. Right. Anyone knows where to buy Rail Driver in the EU? I don't, unfortunately. Crazy Killer got one from Keyboard Specialists. Was the stopping marker in the right place, wrong place again? Actually, Gareth, I didn't look. All I was bothered about was getting a nice shot of the train coming in and then stopping. And the brakes on this are significantly more viable than previous escapades I've been on. Where am I going to? That's called a reverse Natalie. No, that's a JD. What I pulled just there, that's a JD. He likes to stop as soon as possible in every platform. You know, my own special manoeuvre is causing the train to do something it's not supposed to be able to. And that happens more frequently than anybody's comfortable with. Right, okay, that's happening. This is happening. Go on, hammer down. Watch for the wheel slip, though. Yeah, I got it. A real JD stop. Yeah, a real JD stop is at least 300 yards out of the platform. I'm banned from driving TGVs. It's not unreasonable. The last one I drove went into orbit. Starting about ignoring speed limits and winning while gloating mildly. Oh no, I gloated a lot because I was expecting to come last because I drive so poorly. But I was trying to accept the Pyrrhic victory of at least I'm on time. But there we go. Yeah, that's true, Jadens. Yeah, I spatted on Western Somerset. You know what? That's a skill in itself. You've got to work real hard to do that. It's yeah, quite challenging. Right. Okay. What am I looking at now? That's the other thing. It's a lovely route. But it's very slow, and there aren't an awful lot of things to do. I've got to stop in a mile and a bit, and it's going to take 5 minutes to get there. So all I have is this. I've got me and my tripod on the side of the track to just observe things going past. You know what? I can try some different angles. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's try that. Another kernel cam. Did I do it on the 40 already? No, I did that on the last run, didn't I? Okay. Let's take the... We'll go from the middle carriage. I don't think we're going to see anything. No, we've done. No, I've already done it on this one. Oh, we're exactly matching it. No, it's ever so slightly faster. Well, that's even better. Right, okay, get up there. Right. There we go. No, wait, no, wait. There. Angle, angle. And down there, about there. No, it's no good. It's no good. It's no good. Oh, you're late. All right, try again. All right, hang on. Look, if this shot comes off, it's going to be beautiful. I really should get a controller plugged in for this kind of behaviour. There we go. That's not bad. No, again, you're approaching the track. Now, sometimes that's because I haven't quite got my angle right, and sometimes it's because the track has got ever such a slight curve to it. How far are you? I'm not too far. There you go. Cheat. No, didn't work. And you're too low. All right. Okay. You can see the challenges there. But this is just, this. I might be the only person who cares about this. Incidentally, we're probably getting close to the station. Are we? Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Throttle off. Yeah. Give it a dab of brakes there. We'll use a bit of everything. All right. We go. I actually recognised that the station was coming up. That's more like it. You couldn't see me as a real train driver. Well, the good news is, if I were a real train driver, they would have done, they would have taught me what to do and stuff. And every time I goofed up, they would have gone, you goof up one more time, you're not allowed to be a train driver. And I'll go, but I really want to be a train driver. And they'll go, well, no more goofing up then. And then I'd have to do it properly. It's like people see me drive cars in games from time to time. And they go, oh, thank goodness I don't see you driving on the real road. Well, I drive on the real road all the time, and it might surprise you to learn that I don't actually drive like that on the real world. No. But in a video game, I could drive how I please. Right. If I had the hat, then you'd feel differently. Almost certainly. Also, I do like proper good passenger announcements. All the passengers believe that I'm authentic. There you go. Come on. Nice stop, please. Nice stop. Yeah, all right. Maybe it was a little bit aggressive, but it was a stop nonetheless. Mind the doors. There we go. Super. I don't know how far I was off the target there. I did use the emergency brake. It's because there's no stop. There needs to be a stop point before the emergency brake. Need some WD-40 on those brakes. Nah, it stopped on a dime there. Well, on a whole stack of them, it sounded like. Right, we've got a couple of minutes to wait here, so I'm going to wrap it up there for today, because this is purely a bit of play for fun. This is West Somerset Railway. It has been upgraded and modified and what have you, and there's a little bit more to it than was before. So if you've not touched it for a little while, why not go and touch it? And if it floats your boat, I'm sure it is available to you now. Actually, PS4, I think it's one of the routes, ironically, that is not quite working. But we'll have that working soon. If you're missing anything at all, we'll get it going. We will watch the takeoff here. We'll sit right about here. Oh, it's not going to. If I pull a little bit further forward, it would close the gates again. Or maybe, no, maybe it wouldn't, because they're going to be leaving any moment. It's okay. It's all right. We'll wait. We'll wait. Not in a hurry. It's all good. Yeah. It's going to work. It's going to be good. It's going to work. It's going to work. It's going to work. I could steal it, I suppose. It's a minute. You've got a minute to wait. You don't need to steal it. It will go of its own accord in a moment. All right. Come on, Terry. Are we going or what? Terry. Don't you play dumb with me. Classic Terry. I'll help if you like. There you go. No, that's it. No, come on. All aboard. Terry's leaving. Come on. Oh, just close the flaming thing. Because it doesn't react immediately, so I click it again and it goes, oh no, I was actually doing the thing. No, you missed your chance. Don't be outside just admiring it. Don't be outside and just admiring it. There we are. There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Yeah, that's another bit perfected. All right. See, I'm doing the job of the, I don't know, the platform manager, some kind of conductor, or guard, or similar. Right. Tez, you're all good, mate. Push off when you're... Alright then. See ya. Bye-bye. I meant to set up a flipping viewing point. We'll stop at these disused. Up a little bit. There you go. That's good. Right. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Next week, we've got Riesa Dresden is coming at you for a bit of preview action. And more besides. I can say more besides if I don't know the real answer. It's all good. Have yourselves a very pleasant weekend, and we'll be back with you next week. I'll wait for the coaches to pass. Seems only fair. Cheerio. Right, press button.